I suppose I've worked with science at different points in my life in different ways. As an undergraduate student, I took a lot of science courses as a kind of pre-med student, but I was an artist. Then later, as an artist, I got interested in working with technology because technology was the driving force behind so much of our culture and our lived experiences. And then I got back into biology. This is now by the late 90s, because technology and biology had become kind of fused in a way that was also so important to the broader culture. It was what was really defining us. And so I suppose I came back to the biosciences because they were so definitive of our cultural moment. And they were also things in which it felt like there was need of an artistic outsider perspective. I'm biased because I run a center at my university called the Coalesce Center for Biological Arts. So I see there being multiple. On the one hand, I think materiality is one of the things which connects the two. The idea of working with something which isn't virtual, which is maybe deeply material and is gooey and has all these other properties that can't be easily, unlike language or something, maybe it's something that can't be so easily defined, right? And I think artists like this, like scientists or particularly life scientists are interested in this. I think artists and life sciences are also connected because I think a lot of artists are also interested in these same ideas of who we are, right? What makes us this way, and historically we've addressed this in different ways. And I think in a contemporary sphere, artists are interested in all these other interdisciplinary ways of addressing the same aspect. So I think when you now see artists like me, bioartists, working with the tools of molecular biology, it's because there's a lot to be learned by taking other tools and methods from other fields and applying them to something that has historically been in your field, right? So we don't necessarily identify who we are by the outsides so much anymore, or by what we look like. There become so many different ways of trying to make sense of this, and so this is why I think other disciplines are important. Yeah, this was the first project I undertook since forming this laboratory, this Coalesce Center for Biological Arts. It's a lot like my other work, which is it uses DNA imaging, but not with the idea that the DNA image shows us something hidden, but in fact that the DNA image is used the other way around. It's something that we construct on purpose. So this quick picture of this is that it's just I take DNA from whoever wants to submit, and I use this, I process it through different kind of DNA amplification processes, and then I squirt it into a DNA gel, like a fingerprint, and I make the picture of an American flag, right? Now, on the one hand, I was interested in issues of anonymity, so what everybody donates their DNA by spitting into a big spittoon, and then I basically use their DNA not to differentiate the individuals, but I use only the shared components of DNA, which is most of it, to make these DNA pictures. So it promotes this idea that DNA is what makes us similar rather than what makes us different. But then the American flag, I premiered this at the American election, so that people are spitting into the spittoon on the one hand, because spit means something which is, we're tossing away something that is a critique, right, like this election. And on the other hand, it's also something that binds us. So there's a kind of ambivalence, right, to this whole thing of the election that was taking place at that time. On the one hand, there's this optimism, about America, this kind of place, is a melting pot where we all come together, where we're all made equal because of the hardships of the land. And on the other hand, there's this electoral process which seemed to be going askew. So again, this spit then in this case was meant to mean both.